Hello, this is Lady Boule, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. This beautiful young woman's name is Kimberly Godwin. She is the president of ABC News. She is the first and only black woman president of an American broadcast news network. As president of the network, she made the decision to suspend TJ Holmes and Amy Robach for allegedly being involved in a romantic affair while employed at ABC News. It is significant that a black woman would be in this position and not a black man. All over America, we see black women rising as executives in government, in business, in education. Whatever the case might be, black women are increasingly getting opportunities to lead corporations or organizations. And black men are complaining that black women are being pushed by society to excel beyond them. And I think that I have come to the conclusion that black men are not wrong about this, but what we need to do is to discuss why. I'm just going to cut to the chase. Black men have got to learn to say no. There is a perception of black men that they will fall for anybody, anywhere, and that you don't have any control over yourself. So there's a narrative going around that, black men are easy. So when black men show up, and you don't even have to be a TJ Holmes or a Steph Curry or Udoka. You can be a PE teacher, you can be a cashier at Walmart, you can work at Burger King. When black men show up, for some reason, women like right into them. And they're not black women either. And at the point that a black man should say no, too often they do not. You rarely hear about black women getting involved in workplace relationships and losing their jobs. Black women are a double minority. You're black and you're a woman. Some people try to play that up and make it seem like something positive and that it gives you more opportunities. It does not. Black women make less money and are lower on the totem pole than anybody. But studies show that black women enroll in college more, are more ambitious, and aspire to higher levels of employment. Black women are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in the United States. Black women actually try harder. Black women know they don't have that many opportunities. So when opportunity comes, black women make the best of it. I do not believe that black men operate with the same degree of caution that black women do on a job. Black men are smart. Black men are charming. Many of them have charisma and attractive. But black men have got to learn to discipline themselves. You cannot act on every impulse and expect things to work out for you. Every woman that's attracted to you, or every woman that you're attracted to for that matter, is not somebody that you can pursue a relationship with on somebody else's job. White men are still running the society and they do not trust black men. Now, we can't talk to each other because when we start trying to talk to each other about how things actually work, people get mad. They accuse you of all kinds of things. But the reality is, white men do not trust black men around white women because they know how white women are. White women like attention. They like to be noticed. They like to be chosen. They like to be picked. And so they posture themselves that way in many cases. And if you're not able to look away, or if you're not able to say no and make the miscalculation of getting involved in an inappropriate relationship with somebody like this, you're going to end up on the losing end of this situation. And as your ego gets all pumped up, what you need to realize is that when this all comes to a head, you are going under the bus because she never knew you. And she's going to be believed no matter what kind of narrative she presents because she is protected. And what we see now is that black men are angry because white men will protect the white woman but won't protect them. And that is a level of lunacy that I don't think any black woman truly understands. Why is it that black men think that white men are going to protect them when they get involved in inappropriate relationships with white women? I would love for somebody to explain that to me. And black men will say this with their full chest. What about her? She was a part of it too. As if that means anything. As if that has ever meant anything. And there has never been a time when a white woman was held accountable or responsible for anything that happened with her and a black man. The onus is on the black man. It has always been on the black man. And I don't understand how come a black woman would have to tell a black man that when you know the history of this country. The woman that was responsible for what happened to Emmett Till is still alive. And black men act like they don't know, act like they don't have good sense. The white woman is not going to be held accountable. And I think the best example of that was in Boston. Emi Udoka, who was the head basketball coach for the Boston Celtics, got involved with a non-black woman in the office who was connected in some way to some executive there. But they got involved in an affair. It became a public scandal. He was suspended from his position. And then you had Jalen Rose and other black men on YouTube screaming for this woman's identity to be made known. Because after all, she was a part of it too. And so Jalen Rose on ESPN going to call it out. Why wasn't her name called out? And why didn't they expose her? And they did like a 20-second investigation and had him come back on the air apologizing for sticking his nose into something that was none of his business. And they had him to understand it's none of your business who the woman is. We decide whose name's going to get out there. His name is out there and he's suspended and you need to shut up before you lose your job. That's basically what they told him. Jalen Rose came back on the air after a commercial break apologizing for overstepping his bound and finally seemingly realizing that white people do not hold white women responsible for a black man forgetting his place. T.J. Holmes has been involved in multiple affairs, they say. So he's not going to be given a break. Nobody's going to feel sorry for him because he's a man. He is expected to discipline himself, to behave properly on a job. There are white male examples who have been terminated from their positions because they were not able to control themselves. Matt Lauer, Bill O'Reilly, Charlie Rose, all of these men have been terminated from their positions. They've been canceled. And we haven't seen much of any of them since they got canceled. But back to why this black woman is head of ABC is that black women are more trusted than black men. Now, I know black men don't like to hear this. But black women are more trusted than black men. When you are a black man and you are in any kind of position of authority or influence, you have to be discipline, you have to have self-control, you have to have insight, oversight, foresight, and hindsight. You have to have all those things and you have to use them. Those are the black men who are the most successful. It is important that black men accept the fact that white men do not trust you around white women. White men are still running this country. And what they do now is that they will put a black person in position so that when a black person gets out of line, the white person is not going to pull the trigger on you because then the first thing black people are going to do is cry racism. So they hire another black person to do it. So this woman, Kimberly Godwin, who is, by all that I can see, highly qualified. This woman is certified. This woman is certified and highly qualified to do the job that she's doing. She is a graduate of FAMU, Florida A&M, and HBCU. She's married to a black man. She's raising black children. And she is highly respected and highly regarded in the American community, including the black American community. She is trusted. She is disciplined, she is trained, and she is prepared for that job. And nobody has to be worrying about her going up in there, getting involved in some kind of affair, romantic affair, that's going to bring shame and embarrassment on the company. Because now the people who work with TJ and Amy Robach says that they're embarrassed by the whole thing. And just today it was announced that ABC is launching an investigation on TJ Holmes, because now they say he's been involved in more relationships with women who are lower down on the ladder than Amy Robach. Now what this really means is they're trying to clean her up, and they're trying to say he was the philanderer. She's trying to be his friend. He's the philanderer. And so he was messing with women lower down on the ladder at the job. This is going to take her out of the picture, more or less. And it's all going to fall down on him. And they have this black woman in a position to make these decisions. Now, there's a white man or a group of white men behind the scenes. But the face of it is going to be this woman. Now, what I heard on the Ricky Smiley show, Amy Robach is coming back to Good Morning America maybe as early as next week. But there's been no mention about him coming back because they piled it on. He was involved with another woman, and now that has come out. And it has come out that Robin Roberts tried to talk to them. And I want to say something too about Robin Roberts, because somebody came into my comment section saying Robin Roberts acts like she's his wife or something like that. Robin Roberts is a beloved veteran of Good Morning America. She's been there for quite some time, and she is very well liked by the public. Robin Roberts saw something between those two behaving in the office inappropriately. You have to say they must have been, whatever they were doing, people were noticing it. And she, as a responsible black woman, stepped to them, most likely to him, to say, stop it. Black people are still held to a higher standard. And when they give you an opportunity, they expect you to take that opportunity, appreciate the opportunity, and behave appropriately. So you could say that TJ Holmes abused the opportunity. And the reason this woman is the president of ABC News is because she is highly qualified, she has a strong work ethic, and they can be reasonably sure that she will come to that job and not get romantically involved with a coworker. You have to discipline yourself if you are a black person, but especially if you are a black man in corporate America, or if you're doing anything where you need to behave like a mature and responsible person. You have to have discipline. You have to have insight, oversight, foresight, and hindsight, and you have to use those things to navigate through that system in order to be successful. Because if you don't, you're going to be suspended indefinitely, which means that, which could mean, and probably means that you are suspended until your contract is up, and then your contract will not be renewed, and it will not be because of racism, it will be because of your behavior. So the takeaway here is that Kimberly Godwin is president of ABC News because, number one, she is capable. Number two, she has a strong work ethic. Her resume is very impressive. And number three, ABC has a policy of diversity. So they want African American people working at that network. And as a black woman, she is more trusted to come into that situation and do that job without causing some kind of embarrassment than a black man. And I don't know any better way to say it. And I'm not even trying to be mean. I think black men need to look at what's being done and what's being said. They are not going to be protected if they get involved in something like this on their job. Now, white people keep showing them this. And if they continue to do it, they're going to get the same outcome that they're getting now. It looks like Amy Robach might be able to come back to her job because we really don't know the nature of that relationship. We just know what's being said. they are investigating him, and something tells me that when that investigation is over, he will not come out the winner. So anyway, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video. Subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video, and as always, have a great day.